So, I want to introduce you to the Xpower 2480 air scrubber. One of the nice features of this is it's lightweight, easy to move around. It comes with a cover, so if you want to transport it, you're not going to have contaminants fall out of it in the process. One of the nicest features of this is the ease of changing the filter in it. So you'll see here a little snap on it. All we got to do is open this up. That's our HEPA filter, our pleated disposable, and our permanent washable filter. What we recommend is basically the HEPA, as long as you maintain your other filters, should last about a year or so. As you see, it's sealed, pops right in. The pleated filter really should replace this about quarterly. And this one you dip it in some disinfectant so you're not contaminating anything, bringing it back to your closet wherever you're going to rinse it out. Have an already cleaned one ready to go. You simply pop it in here, put the pleated filter in, close it up, and your filter change is complete. That simple, that fast. Now, if you got 200 or 300 of these in classrooms out there, and you look at some of these units that are coming out in the marketplace, you're going to find that the cost and time involved with changing these filters out is really going to be prohibitive to you. And if you don't maintain the filters, they'll lose in their value. The idea here is to have airflow. And the filtration is actually secondary to the airflow. But obviously we don't want to blow COVID material around the room. So we have 99.97% filtration in these. It doesn't mean it gets 100% out. But what the CDC is worried about is stagnant airflow. So if somebody spews out and they're COVID positive, it can go right through their mask, the finer particles. And if you have stagnant air, it can linger there and somebody can breathe that in over and over. That's when you're most likely to catch the virus. So by keeping the airflow moving, we're cutting down substantially on that risk. It's not 100% that it's going to work, but it's certainly going to help substantially. And obviously every case can be exponential cases. So from a noise standpoint, this is 550 CFM total. That's your noise level at 3 feet on setting 1. Now when I looked at some of the competitive units that are out there that have been quoted, this has almost double the airflow that those units have with pretty much the exact same filtration. So at this level, it's not going to bother anybody out there. I looked at a unit the other day. You actually had to flip it upside down and unscrew the bottom plate on it, rotate the filters out. It looked like about a 20-minute process, and that's in my opinion, and I'm pretty mechanical, to change the filters out. As you saw in this, if you're good at it, 30 seconds to 1 minute to change the filters. So that's setting 1. This is setting 2, which is about the maximum I'd recommend in a classroom that's occupied. You put this in the back of the room and the noise level goes down substantially, and I'll show you that in 1 second. Setting 3, you get borderline noisy. Okay? So if I take this and I back up on it, you'll hear the air drop off quite a bit. Pardon my dirty counters up there. I haven't been doing my chores that my wife gave me. She works in schools. So here's setting 2. So not too bad. You know, obviously the setting 1, the good thing about this setting, if you're in the back of the room, for example, you're not really going to bother anybody. And here's setting 1. Like I said, this is about double the airflow of some of the competitive, they're more of a household type design that they're now selling into the market. These are industrial units. So portable, you can daisy chain them. The other thing I want to show you real quick is the new Axial fan. This has an ozone generator built into it. And what's cool with these, you'll see here there's a little switch. You can run this with or without the ozone generator. Let's just say you have a COVID case in a classroom. After the kids are removed from the room, we can turn this on. It has a timer on it. You can run it anywhere from a few minutes up to, where is the timer? On this side, 180 minutes. Typically in a classroom, a half an hour is probably going to be enough. That will destroy any organic material that it comes in contact with, which is going to be, since ozone's a gas, what it does is it seeks out organic material. It instantly zaps it, it destroys it, explodes, it's gone. And that includes mold, mildew, all kinds of different stuff. There's actually a sheet that backs up some of the testing on this. The purpose here is that in order for virus to really spread, you have to have a layer of biofilm and bacteria there to support the life of that viral matter. And without that, it's much harder for the virus to grow. So that's the goal between these two systems right here. You can get an optional charcoal filter for the 2480 unit. Normally we wouldn't run those for this purpose. They're really there to get rid of smoke and odors. But the good thing with that is that that charcoal will actually convert any available ozone back into pure oxygen. So if you open a room back up and you still smell that nice, weird, clean ozone smell, you can put that charcoal filtered air mover in there, and that will convert any available ozone so you'll know the room's going to be safe. You will have a little strange odor in the room for a while. That's actually pure oxygen. Pure oxygen doesn't have all the good filth that we breathe in every day, so it's like having your favorite food without any spices on it. It just doesn't taste quite right. Well, that's what ozone does. So when you smell that, as long as you've waited the proper amount of time, which typically is going to be 20 minutes to a half hour. I think the half-life of ozone's 45 minutes, but realistically, there won't be anything left in there by the time you get in there. As soon as you open the door, it's recontaminated the room. So that's the purpose. Any questions, let us know. Thank you.